Yo boys, today I'm going to be giving my opinions on the game MX Bikes. So if you're thinking about buying this game, maybe this video can help you choose if it's something you want to buy. Oh yeah, and just before we get into it, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. I'm trying to beat Mr. Beast in subscribers by the end of this year.
What the hell? Boy, if you don't get your squiggly dick in it. Why? What they gonna say?
MX Bikes is a motocross simulation game that allows players to experience the thrill of off-road motorcycle racing. Like any game, it has its pros and cons. Just before I start letting you know like all the pros and stuff, I'm just saying this is I think my third day of playing MX Bikes, like the background game, like me gaming in the background. I'm busy doing the practice map. I'm just feeling it out. And yeah, the game feels really good so far. I think as of now, it's my 6th day playing and I'm a lot better. But yeah, so don't call me a noob in the comments. If you do, at least give me a like. Come on, you have to. So the first pro we have on my list is the realistic physics engine. So say for example, you go out with your buddies, you drive a Chiron, for example. I don't care, any bike. Let's even say KTM, I don't know. You drive the bike. This game will try its best to accurately simulate that experience, and yeah, I'd say it very successfully did that, which makes it one of the most unique selling points for the game, which is probably why it has one of the biggest followings, I believe. Don't take that to heart, but I believe it has one of the biggest followings for any like MX type of game or like any motocross type of game, But yeah, that's the first pro. So the second pro I have is there's like literally a humongous variety of tracks on the game that are made by the actual creator and by players themselves, because you can actually create maps in this game, which is actually sick. There's indoor arenas, there's outdoor arenas, there's literally so many different difficulty levels. There's like even like endurance racing and city life racing and stuff like that, like literally everything. There's so many different maps in this game, and I feel like that just means that you really can't get bored of it. Like there's never enough content that you can run out of, because there's so many different things you can do in the game and explore what you like to do like best, whether that is like motocross, supercross, just anything like that. It's all whatever you want. It's not just one single game. For example, like if you play a motocross game, it's like literally just motocross. With this, it's motocross, supercross. I'm not going to name it all again, but there's literally everything. There's everything. So that's a really good pro. That's something that's very good about this game. So the third pro on my list, one of my favorite of all time, literally it's one of my favorite pros. This is one of the best things in the game, is the customization of your actual character that you play and your bike in general. So for example, games like Fortnite, Apex, like literally any game in the whole entire world, they will try and sell you skins to buy that are made by them. This game has like a lot, and I mean a lot of skins that you can use. So you could change your helmets, your gloves, your kit, your protection, your boots, your bike livery, your actual bike tires, your literally everything. Like the list goes on and on. You can change everything in the game, and this is something I spent so long on because it's just so fun to customize, try out these different type of things. And yeah, it's just been so fun. One of my favorite things, and the best thing is it's free, absolutely free. After you buy the game, all these customizations are made by players, or you can customize it yourself if you really want to. It's a little bit difficult though, but you can indeed customize it yourself. But yeah, one of my favorite options. So yeah, the fourth and final pro is that there is multiplayer support. Now this is one of the funnest things in the game, because this means you can play with your friends, obviously, and this brings the game to a completely new level of just fun. For example, you can now compete with your friends to see who's the better player, to see who has more skill, and then it just makes you want to play the game even more to get better than your friends. And talking of competitive, there is actually actual competitive tournaments in this game which you can compete in yourself. The creator of the game, his name's Paboso, I believe, he actually competes in those tournaments as well, which is really cool. So yeah, he's huge into competitive. So this game is a competitive game, and if you're into competitive, you know, you can play the game competitive, and if you're not, you don't have to. You can play it by yourself or just with your friends for fun if you really want to. So yeah, but that is all the pros. Now it's time to move on to the cons. So the first con on the list is the steep learning curve. Now, because this game is super realistic and it tries to simulate the real life experience of riding a dirt bike, it is so difficult to get the hang of the game. Like, I remember when I first got on the game, I was so bad. I was so confused. I didn't understand how any of it worked. Like, the steering felt really weird to me, but I got used to it. As you can tell, like, literally it's my third day right now and I'm still so ass. But yeah, it's really frustrating, and it just takes a very long time to learn. But I guess if you're patient, then this doesn't really matter for you, because you can just learn over time and you'll get better. My cousin, who I actually play with, I'll put his channel in the description. His name is STUNTTERZ. He's just so good at this game. I don't know why, because no offense, yeah, if you're listening to this, Brandon, no offense, but you are ass at every game on this planet. But you decide to rock up and play MX Bikes, now all of a sudden you're just good for no reason. So yeah, that is just one example of how it's just me being ass, but in my opinion it does have a very steep learning curve, and hopefully I'll get over that soon. But that is the first con. Now, this con isn't too bad, I'd say, but it has a limit to the career mode. For example, there's not really any progression system or story, but I feel like all the maps and all the different customization in the game that is made from players and the actual people who made the game itself, I feel like it cancels that out. I feel like there's already enough like coverage in terms of things to do in the game, so I don't think it even needs it. But yeah, if you are one of those people who like story-based games or just progression in general, I wouldn't say this is the game for you, but it is still very fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I think you'd still enjoy it even if you did like story games. But yeah, now I'm going to move on to the third con, which is the limited bike selection. So as soon as you load on to the game for the first time after you've installed it, you will only have 3 bikes in your inventory. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there is only 3. The game does support an OEM pack which you can download, which they use for pro tournaments and stuff. Yeah, I'll put that link in the description if you do want to get that OEM pack. But if you aren't really looking to download any bikes or download any maps, I would say that this is one of the biggest cons for you, because I'm not gonna lie, the game does get a little bit boring after you use just 3 bikes or so. So yeah, I would definitely say download some more bikes, which are free as well, by the way. The fourth and final con is the graphics. As soon as I loaded on the game, I was a bit wary. I was like, what the heck, it does look a little bit like a PS2 game, but I just pushed over it. Of course there is, well, not of course, but there is plugins that can change the graphics. You can change the shaders and all that stuff, just like Minecraft. Like, for example, Minecraft looks ass, it's literally a pixelated game. With this, it's the exact same thing. You could just put on some shaders and all that stuff and make the game look a lot nicer. But from default, like out of the box, straight away, the game looks really old. Let's just say that. Yeah, it looks really bad. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's too bad. Now, the evaluation, the big question: should you buy this game? Now, I genuinely think this game is so much fun. I have had so much fun playing it. I definitely cannot tell you to buy it, it's your decision, but I genuinely think that you will have a lot of fun playing this game. It's just a blast. Over like the last now 6 days of playing the game, I've had so much fun with my friends, and I don't think I'm going to stop playing this game anytime soon. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to subscribe and like. And yeah, that's all I'm asking. It would be like my little birthday present, even though it's not my birthday, you know, that type of thing. Anyway, see you in the guys. What the fuck did I just say?